What's up, everybody? Hey, listen, this is really important. Are you a veteran, or are you about to leave your active military life? Are you interested in starting your own business? Don't know where the resources are, don't know how to find them? I'm sitting here today with an amazing gentleman. He is a hustler, Jesse Bryant from VBOC. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
You've got some nice moves.
Come on, baby. Show me what you got. Show me what you got. 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 Come on, baby. What you got. What you got.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. All three engines up and burning. 2, 1, 0, and liftoff. America will continue the dream.
What's up, everybody? Like I said, I am with the man with the plan, Jesse.
Yes.
So Jesse, you are with VBOC. What does VBOC stand for?
Veterans Business Outreach Center. We are a part of the SBA. We are a resource that is available for every veteran, military personnel, spouses, and active military personnel as well. We have a wide range of resources that are available to all of our veterans. And we also teach classes. We counsel, we teach classes, and anything regarding an entrepreneurial journey, we will help in that regard.
So are you a veteran yourself?
I am a vet, in fact.
Okay, so if you don't want, I don't want to date you.
Mm-hmm.
So where did you serve? When did you serve?
Well, I actually, I didn't enjoy the service as much as you might have thought. It was during an era that sometimes veterans were vilified, during the Vietnam era.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so I served, I did my thing, and it's amazing how the world happens and how God works, and that He brought me back to something that I actually didn't really like that much. But apparently I wasn't finished serving. So now I serve. I worked for SCORE, the Senior Corps of Retired Executives, for a number of years. And through that, I actually got an opportunity to work with VBOC, Veterans Business Outreach Center.
And so it brought you back.
So I pulled back. So I teach courses at military installations,
okay,
on college campuses. And it's a course called Boots to Business. Boots to Business is an entrepreneurial course that teaches our veterans and military personnel and spouses how to become an entrepreneur.
Wow. And that's a major need.
Absolutely. It is a need for not only for veterans, but for all. And what had concerned me when I first entered into this particular area was the lack of understanding or knowledge about the SBA. Small Business Administration has vast resources. We're just one of the many resources that we have.
I could tell you that, the big problem, and that's why we launched our brand, right,
Mm-hmm.
was we sat back, and I'm not a veteran. Unfortunately, I wish I did. It's one of those things in life, you know what I mean?
Well,
But, and I don't say that just because you are. I mean, I really am. Like, I'm the only one in my family, unfortunately. Don't hold that against me. But we just saw things that there was all these resources once we were like rolling as entrepreneurs,
mm-hmm.
that we found later on that we were like, God, where was this 3 years ago? We wish we knew.
Yeah.
And basically what it comes down to is like, there's funding behind all these agencies.
There is.
But their ad dollars are very small. And the rules that they operate under advertising wise is not the same as the competitive market. These government rules to advertising are very different. And that's sort of why we started what we did, is because, just like you said, there's a vast amount of resources via the SBA. People don't know about it because there's this sort of these stops, right? These little stops, and there's these lower budgets. Listen, I have never in my entire life seen a digital billboard on the turnpike that says, check out the SBA, check out the VBOC. Never.
No, neither do I, yes.
Yeah. So, I had to say that because I think it's really important. You bring up this really, really important fact, how important it is for these resources, in particular these veteran resources you provide, to get them from the what's next, right? Because they basically reintegrate into society, into civilian life.
Agreed. Yeah.
And the question is, what's next?
Yeah, and the entrepreneurial journey is one of the many things that the military now allows for our military to consider. So the entrepreneurial journey is just one of many resource opportunities that the military provides, and some of which are through the SBA. So the Veterans Business Outreach Center is an SBA granted funded program, and we concentrate on helping these individuals that want to do it. So when they're transitioning out, they have an option of going from, if they want to get a resume done, they want to enter into the workforce, or do they want to enter into an entrepreneurial opportunity? And this is where we come in.
Right.
So we're all very skilled as to what we had done in the past. I was a former business owner, but I also went through the same issues that many of the business owners are going through. I put the cart far behind the horse. I spent all this money, not realizing I needed a business plan.
Yeah.
And a business plan is what all of the SBA resources steer you towards.
Right.
Because I was a former banker for a number of years, and I was in sales and marketing for a number of years. I've seen people lose millions of dollars as a result of poor planning.
Yeah.
So in doing what I'm doing, I simply want to be very candid about this entrepreneurial journey. That these things this is what you're going to have to go through.
Right.
This is not a job. This is not a specific function. You're going to have to do all of the things that an entrepreneur does.
Right. They wear all the hats.
Exactly. So I'm not in any way am I trying to have anyone think that and discourage anyone. I simply tell the facts as they are. I follow a curriculum that the SBA provides, but I also tell about the factual things that an entrepreneur should be doing.
But you're bringing your experience to the table as an entrepreneur.
I have over 40 years of experience in sales and marketing, banking, finance. I've had over 45 different positions during my life. I'm not a rolling stone. I simply wanted to do a number of things, and I wanted to do better at every level. Yeah.
So you end up, bringing all your skills to VBOC, SBA, VBOC in particular, all your expertise. I mean, at this point, it's indisputable. You're a subject matter expert, and you're focused on helping the veterans. So you come full circle now.
Yeah.
Right. And you bring this program now. You mentioned, what is it? Boots to
business.
Boots to business. Okay, but that's not the only thing you do. It's not just because you provide. There's a resource thing, but let's talk about the Boots to Business for a minute.
All right. So Boots to Business is an entrepreneurial course that was framed by the SBA and others. And this course has been revised a number of times to keep it updated and fresh as the economy changes. The Boost to Business curriculum will change. It's an 8-module course. It's done in person. If it's done in person, it's usually done on military bases for the military personnel for 2 days. It's one day we do 4 modules. The next day we do the following 4. Then we have Boots to Business Reboot, which would be the same version of Boost to Business, but it would be for veterans off-site.
Okay.
Off a military site. And it can also be for military spouses as well. Now, interestingly enough, there is also a program for military spouses that is available, comparable to Boots to Business. So this course has been proven tried and true, and it works. My 2 classes ago, I actually had a general from the Pentagon that was one of my class.
Nice.
It was in my class.
That's okay.
And he got a lot from the class. So here's a guy that ran through the ranks 35 years, and he's telling me how great this class is. So the class actually bears fruit. It allows you to understand the entrepreneurial journey, but it also lets you know about all the vast resources that the SBA has.
And I think that's another thing too, is there's a lot of, unfortunately, listen, we live in the age of the internet, and it's great because there's a ton of information.
Yeah.
But then there's a ton of BS.
Yes, there is.
Right. and for whatever reason, a lot of people gravitate towards the BS and believe all the BS. And the reality is that those myths are harmful to a lot of people's growth. So, like, I mean, you know, to talk about the effectiveness of something instead of that, like that one person, because let's face it, every entrepreneur is responsible for that.
Yes, absolutely.
So if they screw up, it's on them. It's
Yes,
not
it
on the
is.
program. It's
That's right.
not on the client.
No.
It's not on the supplier. So it's on them. But there's those handful of people that want to make excuses, and they tend to be the one that ends up out there saying, yeah, that program sucked, or that didn't do good for me. And then everybody's like, well, that program sucks. And unfortunately, the reality is it's a myth. It doesn't suck. That one person sucked. You know, and you may not be able to say it, but I can say it. Okay? Because the program is effective.
It is effective.
It works. It's just not out in the public sphere as much as we'd like it to be.
True.
You know, because I know you're up. It's the McNulty Center up at Albany.
Well, yeah, it's out of upstate New York.
Right.
That is our region. We're Region 2 out of the 31 regions. We are Region 2.
Right.
So we cover at one point, just a few months ago, we covered Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, New York, and New Jersey.
Jersey, yeah.
So we've spun off Puerto Rico and Virgin Islands. They have their own VBOC now.
Okay.
And we're concentrating on New York and New Jersey.
Are you unhappy that you don't get to go to Puerto Rico anymore?
Well, actually, you know, Amy Amoroso is the director.
Yeah, she's
and
great.
she had the pleasure of going and visiting these areas and auditing them. I did not have the pleasure of going.
Okay. Well, so, you know, I appreciate you coming and talking because we don't get a lot of opportunity to speak to people serving veterans.
Yes.
You know, I mean, if you watch our shows, you'll be the first.
Well, thank you for allowing us.
Well, I appreciate you saying yes to letting me interview on this, just the spur of the moment. You know, and that's a big deal. Is we want to make sure that we're reaching the veterans community because, you know, all the communities, minority-owned businesses, women-owned businesses, these are all underserved communities, and I feel like while they are I think veterans are one of the most underserved communities because of the information that's just it's not on a billboard.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And a lot of agencies, while they do good work, they're not necessarily always focused on veterans. You know what I mean? So it's great to have you here, and I'm sure the agencies will be like, Eric, why did you say that? Because that's what Eric does. Eric says shit.
Yeah, well,
but
yeah.
you know, but I'm glad you're here. I want everybody and you're covering, you said New York and New Jersey,
Well,
right? But you're a New Jersey rep.
I cover New Jersey. I'm the
Right.
business advisor for New Jersey, and I'm also a SCORE advisor as well with Mentor.
And also New Jersey.
Also for New Jersey,
Right.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And real quick, tell us again what SCORE stands for.
SCORE is the Senior Corps for Retired Executives. It is a volunteer service of the SBA. They do not get paid, but they're all former business owners and were successful in the areas that they were in. So if you ever need advice about your business, SCORE services all of America. There's 10,000 of them.
Wow.
And they service them. And these were former individuals that ran their own businesses that were in high-level positions that will help you, right?
So it's almost like a mentorship.
It's a mentorship,
Right.
and you can go to score.org and find out more about
So
that.
SCORE people, because it's an unpaid position, it's purely volunteer. It's mentors. These are passionate people.
Yes.
You guys are passionate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so you're passionate veterans, you're passionate entrepreneurs, you're a passionate guy, you're a hustler. That's
Well-
the reality of it.
Well, just a shameless plug. Now, the next Boots of Business course will be at the Joint Base McGuire-Dix on the January 30th
Okay,
and
so-
31st.
So what's going to happen? This is probably not going to air in time.
No worries.
So if people want to get a schedule of when those are available, where can they go to find out
They
the
can,
schedule?
They can go to sba.my.site.com and you will see Boots of Business and Boots of Business Reboot. Again, Boots of Business is in person. Boots of Business Reboot is usually virtual. And you can go on to that site and determine where these courses are going to be held.
Okay. All right, and then people in New Jersey, is there direct contact, or do they have to go through an office first to get in contact with you?
Well, because we service a specific group of individuals, you have to go to VBOC region 2, the number 2.com.
Okay.
And you can go on. There's a wealth of information about how to manage your business and the like, but there's also a way to get business counseling. So as a veteran, go to VBOCregion2.com and look for, there's a tab that requests counseling. You request counseling. If you live in New Jersey, I will get the information and I will call you within 24, 48 hours. If you live in New York, Amy Amoroso and her group will call you as well.
Okay. And what happens if somebody, let's say, is watching this, they're in Florida, from the same website, VBOC?
Yeah.
Can they find out?
If you go to, again, the sba.my.site.com, it will show you the various VBOCs throughout the country. There's 31 of them. They're not in every state. However, if you're in a state that does not have a VBOC office, you go to the nearest state that's there, and you will be able to get service from VBOC.
Okay, and then one more question on the locations, because you talk about the programming on base.
Yes.
So is the programming on every military base, or only is it select? How does that work?
Unfortunately, I'm trying to. Today, for example, I was considering going down to the Coast Guard has a training base down in Cape May since I'm down here.
Right.
Not all the bases are we on.
Okay.
And some of them don't even know that we exist.
Oh, wow.
And I was talking to a gentleman that is a battalion officer for the Armory in West Orange. I live in West Orange, New Jersey. And I was talking to him. I'm counseling him about his business, and he had no idea. So we're going to enter into his facility. He has, I forgot the number of veterans and military personnel he has, and make them aware of what's happening. Okay. So, yeah, no, not all the veterans, not all the military bases know, but I'm making every effort to do so in New Jersey.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Well, Jess, thank you for, again, this spur-of-the-moment interview. I'm glad you're here, and I appreciate you coming. So, folks, veterans, particularly spouses of veterans, people in the current active military, check out, in the description below is the web address. Check out the VBOC SBA. Find out the information you need to find out to start your entrepreneurial journey, elevate your game, and go out there and make amazing things happen and go live your passions and your dreams. Once again, thank you very much,
All right,
Jesse.
thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
And we're out. Thanks, man. Yeah, my pleasure.
This episode is brought to you by the National Center for Local Business and Workforce Development, a 501c3 not-for-profit organization dedicated to empowering small businesses and their communities. From launching your dream to scaling new heights, the National provides no-cost and low-cost guidance to help you succeed. The National complements existing resources, bridges gaps, and can offer support every step of the way. In addition to supporting entrepreneurs, the National is committed to building a skilled and thriving workforce. They help individuals explore career paths, enhance their skills, and connect with local job opportunities. Whether you're an entrepreneur seeking growth, a business owner searching for talented team members, or an individual striving for career advancement, the National Center for Local Business and Workforce Development is your partner in achieving success. Visit them at mynational.org for more information and to be notified